This is going to be a reading for Virgo. Virgo, this reading is timeless, and I have pulled you a Soulflower card. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. I have to learn like where to put this so that you can see it in the camera. But this says hydrangea and it says transmutation. And basically what it's talking about is that it's reminding you that you have to extinguish obstacles in your life by moving through them. And there's no one else that can do that for you. And if you think about the hydrangea and what the hydrangea looks like, they're huge bundles of flowers, right? So it's like you have a lot of opulence is what I'm hearing. You have a lot of opulence, but it's really dense, right? So maybe you're really dense, or like you feel like it's so hard for you to move through things for some reason. That's coming up. And I pulled one of, again, I'm going to try to see if, I don't know if you can see that. But this says the Emperor. So this is a reminder that this is who you are. And if you see this feline is like crouching and is kind of like smirking. It's kind of smirking, and he says, it says future and stability. So maybe bring in hydrangeas. I don't know if they can survive inside wherever you live, but like, or go to a botanical garden and like look at the hydrangeas, or like, I don't know, draw the hydrangea or something. Just like maybe look up hydrangea and figure out what, maybe there's some myths about them. I don't know. Use that flower and use the Emperor, and also, you know, always looking up the meanings of these cards are really important, because the meanings for you are very different than the meanings for me. Like in my own life, the Emperor always shows up as a representation of like the person that I aspire to be with, my partner essentially. But that's very personal, and that's not the way that this is showing up right now. The way this is showing up, this is you, and you're standing on this rock, but underneath the rock there are like there's this texture, all this texture underneath the rock, and they're pyramids. So it's like, it's almost like it's woven. It almost seems actually like pillows, but then it's a rock for some reason. I don't know what that means, but trust in those things. So let's get on to the Rider-Waite. I'm going to keep these out just in case they come back up. And I'm hearing the power to nurture. Maybe that's something that you should realize a little bit more, is that you have this power to nurture, or maybe it's something that you're uncomfortable with, but you have the power to do and you haven't yet. What is this Virgo need to hear about this power of nurture? Why is that coming through? Because it's going to connect you to this feminine like comfort. It's going to make you feel like you have an unlimited support. Like maybe you don't feel like you have that right now for some reason, but so connecting to your nurture, like nurturing this part of you that desires to nurture others, is going to help you to connect to this portion of yourself that is being covered by your intellect, essentially. And your cards aren't wanting to be cut, so right now you're moving away from something. Let's see why. You're moving away from something because you're looking at other opportunities. Like you've been really thinking about what else it is that you want. You can see he's looking at this globe, like, and he's like staring off in this place. Maybe you go to this place where you think about what it is that you want. Like maybe, you know, some people have different rituals or like routines. Like maybe you go to this pier and you always look out, and that's a place where you can really center yourself and like you can like reel in what it is that you truly want. But it looks like at the moment, this is your current card, you are starting to move. And what are you moving towards? Okay, you're moving towards the Hierophant. So you're moving towards some sort of spiritual teaching, some spiritual teacher. Maybe it's like your higher self that you're moving towards. Okay, you're moving towards this passion of yours that is pretty feminine, like in its nature, and maybe you're just moving towards like your faith in love per se, and that's a good place to be, because this tower happened for you. Maybe you were giving to something, you were giving too much to something, and you had this tower moment happen. And so now you're just like, what's really highlighted in this card is this. There's this actually like a swirl that's happening in the center on this one pentacle. I'm actually getting like the illusion of coins, so like the illusion of money, the illusion of that. It could be dissolving. Whoa, okay. And let's pull out this deck. So what does Virgo need to see about this illusion of coin in the center specifically? What does that swirling have to do with? Why is that there? Because of the Nymph of Pentacles. If you see in the background, this is Jupiter. And the Nymph of Pentacles is basically, if you see, there's only one pentacle. It's like kind of a young, it's a young figure that's maybe not so aware of the importance of this money. What is that? How is that related to this Four of Coins? The High Priestess and introspection. I think this is someone else in your life that's the High Priestess. And maybe you got a lot of guidance from them, and they're forcing some introspection about this, but so there's something to do with some young understanding of Pentacles. This person that was like a guide for you in some way, this High Priestess, and then now you kind of reflecting on this main pentacle here. And Virgo, what is your strength? Is the Warrior of Swords. So your strength is kind of like you're able to create things in a resourceful way. And ideas, you're able to come up with ideas in this really resourceful way. You have this warrior spirit about you, so like you can just get things done. Like you're good at just getting shit done. And what is your challenge? I usually don't pull challenge cards, but it seems like that's a block for you. Like you can't see your own error. Maybe that's because you kind of keep your space from people and you don't really like to be critiqued. Your challenge is this Two of Pentacles. So your challenge is always not knowing which way to go. It's like trying to maintain this balance. You're trying to maintain this balance of resources between the Seven of Pentacles, between working really hard and like flourishing in this garden, and the Eight of Swords. So you're trying to maintain this balance between your mind, your intellect, and your money. So you should bring in focus and stability. So you should use your focus and your strength, which is your Warrior of Swords, to go inwards and focus on this transmutation. So focus on your environment and creating an environment that puts you in your own power. And if you don't feel like you're in your own power, the ways that you can feel like you're in your own power are by doing things that you have control over. So think about what it is that you have control over and become the master at that. So don't get too lost in this internal introspection. Just recognize that this is a time to morph clearly. This is a time to morph for you. And that's it. All right, my friends, thank you so much.